Scott Burnside, ESPN.com, alongside my all-star friend Pierre LeBrun here at the RBC Center in Raleigh. The end of a thriller. 11-10 team Lidstrom.
That's right. And
they were down 4-0.
Nick Lidstrom saying after the game, we got our revenge after losing the skills competition on Saturday night. So he was a pretty happy man.
Yeah, we say this every time we do an all-star game. A lot of scoring, obviously, 21 goals combined, a lot of lead changes, not many shots that I can recall outside of about 2 feet, certainly no slap shots that I can recall, and no hits or anything like that, but what were you expecting?
You know, I ran into some kids after the game outside one of the dressing rooms, and the look on their faces, it looked like the greatest day of their lives. And you know, again, I keep coming back to this, but of course when we're watching this, we're not enjoying it. It's not hockey. Yeah. But for these kids, and we remember we were young, it's a fantastic day, and I think those players put on a show for those kids today.
It's, and for me, the perspective, again, you're right. You get a little tired of watching the fourth or fifth pass on a rush and all of that. But for me, to go into the dressing room after the game and see Claude Giroux, man you're familiar with, from Hearst, Ontario, going around getting all the autographs of his teammates on his first ever All-Star jersey. I mean, this is a weekend that he'll remember forever, and I think those are the kinds of things you have to keep in perspective when you assess what the All-Star game and the All-Star weekend's about. And
I was in the Victorious dressing room, the Lidstrom dressing room, and you know, Danny Briere's son came over while he was taking his skates off and said, "Good game, Daddy." You know, I mean, those are neat little moments, and they'll remember being here together. And you know, Patrick Sharp, the game MVP, his parents had their flight canceled in Newark on Friday because of all the snow, and drove all the way overnight, 8-9 hours to get to Raleigh. And Patrick Sharp said to me on Friday night, "I better put on a show for them." Well, there you go. He did not let down his parents.
No, absolutely. And again, I think that the NHL's continued work to try and make this interesting and add some drama and something compelling. The draft on Friday night, I think, was a winner. I assume they'll stick with that kind of thing, and maybe they can do something to stop a 3-hour skills competition on Saturday, which seemed a bit excessive. But you give them the credit for trying out new things, and you see what happens. But I thought Raleigh put on a terrific show this weekend. I was frankly shocked at just what a buzz there was around the community.
Incredible enthusiasm. I thought this was the best All-Star game not staged in Canada in quite a long time. Obviously, you're not going to beat Montreal in 2009, but no one's trying to. But this had a better buzz than Atlanta and Dallas for sure, the two previous. And again, going back to what they tried to do here this weekend, I give Brendan Shanahan a lot of credit. I know we had a chat on Saturday night, Brendan and I, but he put a lot of time and energy into this. The draft really created a lot of buzz. The skills needs a bit of work, but they tried a few things. And the game is always going to be the game. You can't tell guys to hit each other. Unless you can tell the guys that the winning team doesn't have to pay escrow, you're not going to get a real hockey game, and that's not going to happen.
Yeah, we could ask Don Fear about that one. I'm not sure how that one's going to fly. But a year from now, we'll be in Ottawa. It'll be colder, I'm sure, than we were here in Raleigh. But a terrific time all around, and kudos to Raleigh for being such good hosts. And as always, we hope you'll stay with ESPN.com for your NHL coverage. For my friend Pierre LeBrun, I'm Scott Burnside in Raleigh.